Good morning to everybody. Today I would like to tell you something on consignment chapter regarding to accountancy. Consignment. In the chapter, there is a 10 marks question, 2 marks question. Is there in public examination? In this chapter, the main content of the chapter is introduction. Number 2, definition. Number 3, various parties in consignment. Number 4, features of consignment. Number 5, difference between consignment and a sale. Number 6, important documents in consignment business. Number 7, commission. Number 8, account treatment in the books of consignor. Account treatment in the books of consignor. Number 9, account treatment in the books of consignee. Number 10, valuation of unsold product, unsold stock or closing stock. Number 11, problems on consignment. The word consignment derived from French word consignor, which means to hand over or to transmit goods to consignee, means sending of goods to consignee. Definition of consignment is dispatchment of goods or delivering of goods from one person to another person, from one place to another place without transferring ownership right for the purpose of sale, called as consignment. So consignment means dispatchment of goods from one place to another place, dispatchment of goods from one person to another person for the purpose of sale without transferring of ownership rights, called as consignment. In consignment, goods are sent by sender to his agent for the purpose of sale without transferring of ownership rights. The ownership rights on goods lies in the hands of sender. Agent can sold goods on behalf of sender according to instructions for consideration of commission called. So, in this consignment business, sender is known as consignor, receiver of the goods on behalf of sender called as consignee. There are two parties in consignment business. Number 1, consignor. Consignor is a person who sends the goods for the purpose of sale to his agent called as consignor. Sender of the goods to his agent for the purpose of sale called as consignor. Next, number 2, consignee. Receiver of the goods sent by consignor called as consignee. So consignee is a person who receives the goods on behalf of consignor or sender for the purpose of sale called as consignee. Consignee is a person who receives the goods on behalf of consignor, storing them and made all expenses regarding to consignment, expenditure, charges and is sale of them called as consignee. These are the two important parties involved in consignment business. Next one, features of business, features of consignment. Features of consignment. Features of consignment. Number 1, first feature, parties. There are two parties involved in consignment business, namely consignor and consignee. Number 1, consignor. Consignor is the first person. Number 2, consignee. Consignor is the sender of the goods or owner of the goods. Consignor, sender of the goods, send goods to consignee or agent called as consignor. Next, number 2, consignee. Consignee is the person who receives the goods on behalf of consignor and sold and sell them on behalf of consignor according to his instruction, called as consignee. So there are two parties in consignment business, namely consignor and consignee. Next, number 3 feature. Relationship. The relationship between consignor and consignee or sender and receiver is relationship of principal and agent. Principal and agent. The relationship between the two persons, consignor and consignee, is like that, principal and agent. Number 3, ownership. Ownership. In consignment business, ownership lies in the hands of consignor only, not consignee. Even though consignor sends goods to the consignee for the purpose of sale, entire ownership rights lies in the hands of consignor, not consignee. Number 4, risk. In consignment business, some types may be risk areas. It may be unavoidable risk or avoidable risk. All kinds of risk in consignment business can be bear by consignor only, not consignee. Even though certain kind of risk can be bear by consignee, he may be reimbursed. Number 5, expenses. In consignment business, there are certain expenses. Some expenses can be paid by consignor, and the rest of expenses can be paid by consignee. Total entire expenses can be paid by consignor only. Why? Because he is the owner of the entire goods. He is a property owner. So, in consignment business, all kinds of expenses can be paid by consignor only, not consignee. Unsold stock. Is there any unsold stock or closing stock lies in the hands of consignee and of the consignment? All those entire unsold stock belongs to consignor only, not consignee. These are the fundamental characteristic features of consignment. Once again, these are the fundamental features of consignment. In consignment business, there are two parties, namely consignor and consignee. The relationship between the consignor and consignee is like about principal and agent. In consignment business, entire ownership rights lies in the hands of the consignor. Only questionably transferred ownership rights in the hands of consignor. Risk. Any kind of risk can be bear by consignor in consignment business. All kinds of expenses can be bear by consignor. Is there an unsold stock? That unsold stock can be belongs to only consignor. And say difference between sales and consignment. Difference between sales and consignment. Sales and consignment. Differences. Consignment. Sales. Number one difference. Parties. In consignment business, there are two parties, namely consignor and consignee. and consignee. There are two parties in the sales, namely seller and buyer. First party seller, second party buyer. There are two parties in the sales, namely seller and buyer. Number two difference. Relation. In consignment business, the relations between consignor and consignee is that of principal and agent. The relationship between consignor and consignee is that of principal and agent. In sales, the relationship between buyer and seller only. Buyer relationship. Buyer relations. Number three difference. Ownership. In consignment business, ownership rights lies in the hands of consignor only, not consignee. Only possession is transferred from consignor to consignee for the purpose of sale. Entire rights on goods lies in the hands of consignor. Whereas in case of seller, the ownership lies in the hands of buyer only, not seller. Once goods are sold by seller to the buyer, entire ownership rights transferred from seller to buyer when payment is made and goods are delivered at the same time. So the ownership and the possession totally transferred to buyer in case of sales, whereas only possession is transferred and ownership rights lies in the hands of consignor in case of consignment business. Number 4. Risk. In consignment business, any kind of risk, it may be avoidable or unavoidable risk, can be borne by consignor only. All kinds of risk borne by consignor only. Not consignee. In sales, when goods are sold to buyer, all kinds of risk can be borne by buyer only. When goods are sold, all rights can be transferred from seller to ownership rights can be transferred from seller to buyer. All kinds of risk can be borne by buyer only. Number 5. Expenses. In consignment business, there are certain expenses can be paid by consignor or sometimes paid by consignee. Even though consignee has been paid certain expenses, such expenses have been reimbursed by consignor to the consignee. So all expenses in consignment business can be borne by consignor only. Consignor. In sales, if goods are sold to in favor of buyer, all kinds of expenses can be borne by buyer only. Next, 6th one. Unsold stock. Or closing stock. Unsold stock or closing stock. In consignment business, entire unsold stock lies in the hands of consignee end of the year. The rights goes to in favor of consignor only. So any unsold stock remaining with consignee, it belongs to only consignor. Unsold stock or closing stock belongs to consignor only. consignor. Consignor. It says any unsold stock regarding to say all unsold stock belongs to seller only. It belongs to seller. It belongs to seller. Next one, pro forma invoice. Pro forma invoice. Invoice. In consignment business, pro forma invoice prepared by consignor and sent to consignee. It contains the worthy of goods, price, cost, expenses, all those information mentioned in this pro forma invoice document. So it is prepared by consignor and sent to consignee. Prepared, sent by consignor. Consignor to consignee. To consignee. In case of sales, only sales invoice is given to buyer. Pro forma invoice is not prepared by seller. Only sales invoice is prepared and sent and given to buyer only. Next, account sales. Account sales. Account sales is a statement prepared by consignor to consignor. It is a statement prepared by consignee and sent to consignor. So, in case of consignment business, account sales is prepared by consignee and sent to consignor. In case of sales, no account sales have been prepared by seller to the buyer. Next one, profit. In consignment business, any profit on total sales belongs to consignor only. So entire profit belongs to consignor only. Consignor only. In sales, entire profit belongs to seller only. Seller. Profit is the difference between selling price and the purchasing price called as profit. These are the fundamental difference between consignment and sales. Important document. Important document. Important documents in consignment. Number one, pro forma invoice. Pro forma invoice. Pro forma invoice. When goods are dispatched by consignor to consignee along with goods, usually a statement is forwarded by consignor. For the statement or document called as pro forma invoice. Pro forma invoice is a statement or document prepared by consignor and sent to consignee along with the goods. So pro forma invoice containing the value of goods, weight, price, all those information has been mentioned in the pro forma invoice. If price is mentioned in pro forma invoice called as pro forma invoice price. Simply, pro forma invoice is a statement or document prepared by consignor to consignee along with goods called as pro forma invoice. Next, number 2, account sales. Account sales. Account sales is a statement or document prepared by consignee sent to consignor. Usually, account sales is a statement prepared by consignor and sent to consignor from time to time on total sale of goods, expenditure, charges incurred by him, and his commission deducted. Finally, rest of balance is to be payable to consignor, called as account sales. So, account sales is a statement is prepared by consignee and sent to consignor, which explain, which contain total how much amount sales has been done by consignee, total expenses have been rendered by consignee, is there any commission deducted by consignee, and the rest of balance to be payable to consignor, called as account sales. These are the important documents involved in the consignment business. Next, commission. 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 In consignment business, consignee is sold goods and services for consideration of called as commission. It is a commission is amount payable by consignor to consignee for sale of goods on consignment business. Such commission may be classified as number 1, general commission. General commission. Number 2, delivery commission. Delivery commission. Number 3, overriding commission. Overriding commission. Overriding commission. General commission is a commission allowed by consignor to consignee for sale of goods and services. It is agreed fixed percentage on gross sales. So such commission cannot be provide any security to the consignor from bad debts, called as general commission. It is calculated on total gross sales. Next commission, delivery commission. In consignment business, some part of stock has been sold by consignee for credit. When goods are sold on credit, there is a always risk may be happen in the form of bad debts. So to avoid such risk, consignor allowed extra commission to the consignee, called as delivery commission. So when delivery commission is allowed by consignor to consignee, consignee is initiated to recover the all bad debts from the debtors, called as over delivery commission. If in case any amount not recoverable from debtors, such amount is treated as a bad debts. For bad debts, there is no treatment by consignor. Third one, overriding commission. When a new product is introduced in the market, to increase the sales, to motivate the promoters, to motivate the agents, extra commission allowed by consignor to the consignee, or it is an extra commission allowed by consignor to consignee when agent is sold higher price than mentioned price by consignor, called as overriding commission. It is extra commission. In the books of consignor, account treatment, account treatment. In the books of consignor. When goods are sent by consignor to consignee, consignee for the purpose of sale, such goods have been sold by consignee. Consignor has been recorded maintaining certain kinds of accounts in his books, namely consignment account. Consignment account. Consignment account. Number 2, consignee. Consignee account. Number 3, goods sent on consignment account. Goods sent on consignment account. These three accounts have been maintained by consumer in books. Number one, consignment account. It is a nominal account. It is a nominal account. So it is similar to profit and loss account. When goods are dispatched, consignor to his agent consignee or agent consignee, certain expenses may be arised. So consignment account, specimen account is like this. Consignment account. Consignment account. Pro forma. Consignment account. Consignment account. Debit, credit, debit, credit, particulars, amount, particulars, amount. Particulars, amount, particulars, amount. This is a format of consignment account. So consignment account must be debited when goods are dispatched by consignor to consignee. So goods send goods on consignment and goods on consignment account. Goods and on consignment account. Consignment account. So consignment account must be debited when goods are dispatched by consignor to consignee. Goods sent on consignment account. Another debit is made in consignment account to cash account when consignor made certain expenses, incurred certain expenses, namely freight, transport, loading charges. All those charges can be paid by consignor. It must be debited. So all those consignor expenses must be recorded debit side of the consignment account. Bracket lo consignor expenses. Consignor expenses. Consignor expenses. Another debit is made in the debit side of consignment account is to consignee personal account. Consignee account. Is there any expenses paid by consignee? Is there any charges made by consignee? It must be debited to the consignment account. Another debit is made in consignment account is commission allowed by consignor to consignee. For such transaction, consignee personal account. Consignee account. Bracket lo commission. Bracket lo commission. Consignee. Bracket lo expenses. Consignee expenses. Bracket lo consignee expenses. So debit is made when goods are sent dispatched on consignment. Another debit is made to cash consignor expenses. Another debit is made consignee expenses. Another debit is made to consignee. Bracket lo consignee expenses. So consignment account is created for the sale when goods are sold by consignee. In the consignment account, credit is made by consignee. Bracket of sales. When sales are made by consignee, it must be debited. It must be credited in consignment account. Credit is made to the consignment account. Is there any advance received by consignor from consignee in the form of cash or bank draft or bills? It must be credited. Credit may be given to consignment account by cash or bank DD or bills of exchange. exchange. Bills of exchange. Is there any unsold product in the consignment business? It must be recorded credit side of consignment business. Sorry. Is there any unsold product? Closing stock will be there in the hands of consignee. It must be recorded credit side of consignment account. By unsold stock. Unsold stock. So the difference between debit balance and credit balance may be, if credit balance exceeds over the debit balance, profit may be arises. If debit balance may be exceeds over credit balance, gross net loss may be arises. So generally in the consignment business, profit may be arises. Credit balance must be total carry forward debit side or carry forward debit side. Difference between credit balance, debit balance called as to profit. Entire profits belongs to consignor only. In consignment business, consignor send goods to different places, different persons. So for this purpose, to find out the net profit or net loss, consignor prepared separate consignment accounts. Namely, Guntur consignment account, Chittoor consignment account, Kurnool consignment account. So to find out the net profit or net loss on consignment account, consignor prepare each consignment account separately, called as consignment account. Another account that has been maintained by prepared by consignor in these books, called as consignee personal or consignee. Consignee account. Consignee account. Consignee account. Particulars amount. Particulars debit, credit. Particulars amount. Particulars amount. Particulars amount. Particulars amount. Consignee account is a personal account. Consignee account is a personal account. So the main purpose of designing consignment account by consignor is to find out how much receivable amount from consignor from consignee. For this purpose, consignor prepare consignee account in his book. Consignee account is a real account. How much payable amount paid to consignor, called as consignee account. In this account is debited to when goods are dispatched to consignment. When goods are dispatched on consignment, it must debit is made. Debit is made in consignment account. When any advances in the form of cash, bank bills receivable, it must be recorded credit side of consignee account. Debit is given to when entire sales made by consignee, it must be recorded debit side of the consignee account. For sales, for total sales, following debit is this kind of debit is given to consignee account. For advance by cash or bank or bills. Any advance received from consignee by consignor, credit will be given to consignee personal account. Sometimes consignee meets certain expenses. For such expenses, credit is made in consignment account by consignment. By consignment bracket lo consignee expenses of consignee expenses. When consignee is deducted is due commission from total sales. For such transaction, it must be credited credit side of consignee account by consignment account. By consignment account bracket lo commission. Difference between total sales and expenditure. Remaining balance will be sent by consignee in the form of cash, bank draft, or bills receivable, or sometimes it may be balance. So generally, consignee personal account shows always debit balance. Carry forward to credit balance. Carry forward to credit side. The difference between credit balance and debit balance called as by balance. It is a payable amount by consignee to consignor, or receivable amount from consignee by consignor called as balance. Sometimes it may be consignee may be settled his amount by the cash, bank, overdraft in the form of bills of exchange. Then for such transaction, consignee account will be closed by passing the by cash, bank, or bills of exchange or bills. Consignee account has been closed for sending of the remaining balance to consignor. So second account has been prepared by consignor, namely called consignee. It is a personal account. Debit will be given to for sales of consignee, and a credit will be given to advances, consignee expenses, consignee commission, balance, or remaining amount payable by consignor to the consignor. This is a consignee personal account. Third account has been prepared by consignor is goods sent on consignment account. 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 Like this. Particular amount. Credit, debit. Particulars amount. When goods are dispatched by consignor to the agent, it must be credited in the goods sent on consignment account. For sending goods by consignment account, sending of goods on consignment, dispatchment of goods on consignment. For such transaction, credit is made, credit side of goods on consignment account. Is there any stock returned by consignee to the consignor? For such transaction, debit is to be made to consignment. To consignment for returns. If otherwise Goods sent on account, goods sent on consignment account has been closed by transferring the stock to trading account. To trading account. To trading account. It must be closed by transferring the trading account. Trading account. These are the different books, different accounts maintained by consignor and consignment business. So, consignor prepared 3 types of accounts, namely consignment account, consigning account, goods and consignment account. Consignment account is a normal account which is prepared to find out whether profit or loss on consignment business called as consignment account. Next, number 2 account, consignment account. Consignment account is a real account, personal account. It is prepared or designed by consignor to find out how much receivable amount from consignee called as consigning account. Next, goods and consignment. It is a real account. This account has been transferred to by debiting the trading account called as goods and consignment account. These are the accounts maintained by consignor in his books. Goods sent on consignment account. Consignment account. This is a real account. Particulars amount. Particulars amount. Particulars. Particulars amount. Particulars amount. Particulars amount. Debit and credit. Debit and credit. This is a format of goods and consignment prepared by consignor. It is a real account. It must be credit. When goods are dispatched by consignor, it must be credited by consignment account. By consignment account. If any goods done by consignee to the consignor, it must be recorded debit side of the goods and consignment account. Otherwise, it must be closed by transferring the trading account to trading account to trading account. Trading account. It must be closed by transferring the trading account. This is the third account prepared by consignor in his account, goods and consignment account. This is the main contents of consignment account. So, consignor preparing 3 kinds of accounts, namely consignment account, consignee personal account, goods and consignment account. Tomorrow, I would like to do some more problems on consignment. I would like to clarify any doubt. If you have any doubt, tomorrow class I will be clarified.